Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
All right, what's going on, people? Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. Okay, listen. So, what are we here to talk about? What is this show? Growing up hip hop and love after lockup, or love during lockup, really. Hey, everybody. Oh my God. Thank you, Cash, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Starting it off. Okay, starting it off. Listen. Hey, Ebony. Hey, Simply Telly. Hey, Mrs. B. Listen, California cutie. Hey now, hey. Y'all, my mouse is acting weird. Okay, the mouse is acting weird. Hey, Zodiac Palace. Hey, Devin. How you doing, love? Hey, Marlo. Hey, Empress Fantasy. Okay, Raphael Harwick, Kimberly Johnson, Chocolate Padilla, Chanel Robinson, Honey Bree TV, Carla Jr., JW. Listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Vanetta, Talisha, Shannon, Santivia, Latanya, LaFrida. Hey, y'all. Steph, Mocha. Trying to give y'all little shout outs. Okay, see y'all little usernames popping up on this bitch. What's going on? Risha, okay, Ty, what is that? Time, what's going on? Queens, okay, Yaya. Let me tell y'all something. There's a Tyree and there's a Time, or is it Tane? So I'm always having to see which one, really look at it to see which one it is. Hey, everybody. I'm so happy that y'all are all here. I am very excited. Okay, we got shows to get into. First of all, we're going to start with Growing Up Hip Hop. And then we're going to get into Love During Lockup. Child, Love During Lockup was a fucking mess. Okay, Love During Lockup was a fucking mess, but I'm excited because I was like, wait a minute, what is this? First of all, it's one of those situations where, you know how on previous seasons, a lot of the times it's the people outside of jail giving people inside jail money. And it's not like they're like that girl that said that man gave her $5,000. Girl, we gonna get into it. But I was here for Love During Lockup. I was like, all right, this cute. This might be a little good time right here. Okay. Growing up hip hop also has some things going on with that. So let me go ahead and pull up my notes. But listen, after this, right after we finish this live, I'm going to hop right back on here so that we can talk about Ladies Who List, which is a new show on OWN, okay, about women doing real estate. And baby, the mess. The mess. I don't know who's producing, but baby, look, at first I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? By the time we got 30 minutes in, I was like, okay. By the time we got to the end, I was like, okay. So I'm excited about it. If y'all are not checking out Ladies Who List on OWN, y'all need to go ahead and give that a watch. Y'all know I don't steer y'all wrong now. I do not steer y'all wrong, okay? If there's a good reality TV show out there on cable, I'm probably gonna know about it, okay? Usually. All right. Sometimes I just be having way too much going on for new shows, and y'all gotta tell me, okay? But this show is good. I think that they have some really good personalities. They have a good premise to the show. We're selling homes. We're seeing people buying homes. They're giving us a lot, and I'm here for it. So y'all make sure y'all come back for the Ladies Who List review along with Ready to Love, and that's gonna give us the weekends on OWN that we've been waiting on, okay? Because lately it's only been Ready to Love, girl, and they ain't really been giving enough for all of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into growing up hip hop. So where's the growing up hip hop notes? Okay, so Tyran and Tretch meet up at the very beginning of the episode. And can we talk about, y'all? I know we don't like to usually talk about it, but y'all know I grew up in the 90s. Like I grew up in the 90s. Like I was 10 in 98. So I need for you to understand, like I grew up in the 90s, okay? And child, that Tretch used to always do something for me, especially there's a movie out there called Love and a Bullet. I don't know if anybody has ever seen this movie with Tretch, but baby, okay, I believe we got to see Tretch's dick in that movie. But either way, I've been in love with Tretch for the longest, okay, since he was younger and giving all of that crazy nigga intensity that I like. But now that we're grown, and we're watching growing up hip hop, and Tretch is sitting there with the beautiful texture and the gray in the Billy Goat beard that he's giving right here, because that's what I like to, that's what that looked like to me. When it's only right here, it's a Billy Goat, But when I tell y'all there was a part on this episode when that man took his sunglasses off and was looking at his daughter, okay, looking at Egypt and talking to her, and I said, this nigga don't have a bag under his eyes. Like he don't have a wrinkle on his face, y'all. Tretch looks amazing, especially if you consider like the partying that Tretch has done in his life, the stress that Tretch has felt in his life. This face, I was like, he looks damn near exactly the same. I was just sitting up there for a minute, like, God damn. Tretch looks exactly the same. And I know he crazy, but he another one that I would like to have a 2 to 3 month situation. Y'all know I was telling y'all in my BondyBlue show from yesterday how I felt, how I feel about Jim Jones, a little 6 month situation. We cool after. Like Tretch is one of those people, like a little 2 month situation, little 2.5, 3 month situation. Okay. Cause Lord. Okay, look, I just wanted to point that out. I just wanted to point that out that Tretch gives the 2 to 3 month call, okay? But either way, him and his son Tyran are in the boxing gym, right? And they're talking about the situation with Sam in Egypt. And I was like, what happened with Sam in Egypt? I was just confused. Apparently, Sam in Egypt got into some brawl with a group of people. And the way Tyran told it, he was like, Sam ended up getting arrested, and Egypt, basically knocked some dude upside the head or something like that because they were on top of him. Like they tried to jump Sam and she jumped in, and they were, and then Sam pulls out a gun. Tretch feels like it's a dangerous situation that got out of hand, and now he's starting to feel like Samantha, as everybody likes to call him. Sam is not protecting his daughter. And you can be as crazy and weird as you want to be as far as Tretch is concerned. But as soon as you start putting my daughter in harm's way, now I have a problem. Now I have an issue. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Tretch, like, we told you this. Tretch, we told you this. Remember when you got into it with old girl at the party and we told you this and you was all upset talking about don't go again, don't disrespect my family and all of that. And we was trying to tell you that something was not right about Sam and he was not right for your daughter, but because you and Pepper then had a tumultuous relationship and y'all don't view things the way y'all should view them off rip. Yes, toxicity. Y'all don't see the toxicity when it first comes. Y'all gotta let the shit marinate in order for y'all to know what the toxicity really is hitting for. Okay, so now Tretch wants to have a conversation with Egypt because he's feeling a way about Sam. Okay, he needs to talk to her because he wants to get her point of view. But the way Tyran told it, you put my daughter in harm's way. I know exactly. Y'all know Tyran told the truth. They were drinking. Okay, Sam gets belligerent with somebody. They want to whip his ass because he's talking shit. Okay, and then because he can't beat up all of these people, he pulls out a pistol. Okay, and then the police are called, and you end up getting arrested. And what would have happened if the police showed up and was on bullshit because y'all two black people and you had a gun? Y'all don't see as much as Tyran because he don't have no bullshit going on. Hey, D. Tyran told the truth. Egypt left out all the important details. She didn't want to say anything, but we're going to get to it because first I want to talk about how another one of my favorites. Listen, but smokers only, only. Lazy Bone. Lazy Bone. Okay, listen, he was my favorite. It was lazy, crazy, busy, didn't wish in my order. Okay. And then the other one, he wasn't really there when I first got on Bone because by that time he had, already been, smoking the drugs with the embalming fluid in it. Whew. But he looked good when they did the reunion. I was like, all right now, Flesh. All right now, Flesh. Okay, you look good. Look at you. Okay, listen, y'all didn't lost y'all mind on drugs. Some of y'all look a little rough. Lazy looks a little rough. But he all right though. Okay, he all right. He's still lazy. Okay, but child, back in the day, lazy was everybody's like situation. Okay. But either way, Lazy Bone has joined the cast. He and Tretch have a conversation about their kids and how entitled their kids are and how lucky they are because back when they were coming up, they were trying to fight to get out of dire straits, getting out the ghetto, getting out of damn near getting killed all the time. Lazy says that he was shot in the head by the time he got to 16, and he had also lost his best friend before he made 18. So he's been to many funerals, and the same thing with Tretch, been going to more funerals than graduations. They don't want their children to be trying so hard to get back to hood shit and end up going right back into what they fought so hard to get out of. But see, here's the thing about that hip hop, and I love hip hop more than anybody, but I do feel like there was something to be said for when the old folks was talking about you shouldn't be saying that type of stuff in the music. There's something to be said for that because I feel like what y'all ended up doing was glorifying the life that y'all was running away from. And y'all built y'all's integrity, y'all built y'all's images off of the fact that y'all some hard ass niggas, man. And so ultimately, your children grow up in access. Your children grow up rich and in beautiful neighborhoods and around wealth and going to good schools, but they feel like they don't have the same integrity. They don't have the same, hood background that gives them clout. They don't have that. And so because that's been glorified through their parent, that's what their parent is good at. That's what their parent, has been able to turn into a positive thing. They can't reciprocate that same, not reciprocate. They can't duplicate that energy because they didn't grow up in that environment. And so, a lot of times those parents will call their kids soft and shit because they, don't have that same rugged exterior or that same street knowledge. But it's like you're not raising your kids in the streets, so they're not going to get that knowledge. And now y'all are having conversations about making sure that they don't go back towards the hood shit. But don't act like you didn't play a part in why your kids glorify hood shit. They glorify hood shit because their parents glorified hood shit, made their money off hood shit, promoted hood shit. Like, y'all were still, even to this day, Tretch is somebody that people don't fuck with. Like, Tretch is somebody that people, be scared of. He's not even a tall nigga, but people like hanging with Tretch, Tupac, all of them niggas. Like, the vibe is nobody wants to get into it with them. That's the vibe, okay? So ultimately, the very thing that you guys have been standing on all of your careers, it's kind of detrimental to your children's psyche because it makes them feel like they need to have that same type of street knowledge in order to be accepted fully. And that's not true. So I feel like we definitely need to do some unpacking of how the negativity that we were talking about in the music has honestly repeated a cycle for a lot of people when the cycle didn't have to necessarily be repeated. When people were talking about the things they were going through, in a crack epidemic, and during that time dealing with their parents not being there, growing up in poverty. Like, now you have kids that are not necessarily in those dire straits. Their neighborhoods aren't as bad, or even if they are, there's still people out there that show them, because of social media, that there's a way that they can get out of their situations. There's a way they can make money, but they will still glorify that mentality. Okay. They don't need to be like Master P all the way. Okay. Because I feel like Romeo is codependent upon Master P. Like, Master P fights his son's battles. That I don't know. No. That's not, no. You know who they need to talk to? Rev Running them. I think Rev Running them did a good job separating hood shit, even though they weren't always necessarily viewed as hood shit. I mean, they were still rappers in hip hop, and their kids were still able to not get involved in bullshit, even though they understand having to have a certain energy about yourself so that people don't fuck with you. Sam gave fraudulent thug energy. Egypt felt like it was real. Now look, attracted to what she feels like is like her dad. Okay. But now, I mean, honestly, Sam is a lot like Tretch when you think about how crazy Tretch comes off. And that's no disrespect, but very intense, very explosive. Somebody you don't know what you may get from them depending. Now that he's older, it seems like he's not that type of person. But like the things that we saw from Tretch in the 90s and growing up, Tretch was out there. Like, almost low-key a weird nigga. Like, low-key. You know what I'm saying? But he hood and attractive and know how to rap and, got this charismatic thing about him, and the beautiful facial features and body don't hurt. And that's probably why he still look good, because during all of, the access of alcohol and drugs, he probably was working out. Okay. Yes, I may have been doing coke, but I was at the gym. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, him and Lazy Bone have that conversation. And then he has to sit down with Egypt. They bring her an MCM bag and, it's all cute. But you could tell like the gift was his old lady's idea. Just like Fredro Starr, kind of. Yes. That same kind of like intensity where you don't know what you're going to get, but you want to fuck it though. You want to fuck it though. You don't know if you want to stay with it, but you want to fuck it. But you're worried that if you fuck it and it turns out to be really good, it's going to be a volatile situation, like knocking on your door at 3:00 in the morning, like answer the fucking door. And you're like, no, I don't want to be bothered. But you really do. And eventually you open the door right before your neighbors call the cops. And then you end up getting digged down and your neighbors don't call the cops. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I sometimes go back into the ignorant person that I used to be. I've grown. Anyway. Okay. Tretch's old lady, I think it was her idea to get the bag, because Tretch was kind of like, listen, I heard they do a lot of good, headshots in jail. You doing mug shots? I was like, nigga, wait a minute. We went from giving people purses to this very, like, dark energy that was going on about mug shots. You getting mug shots now? And Egypt says the dark was coming for the light. I said, ma'am, please don't talk to us in euphemisms, in metaphors. Do not talk to us in hyperbole, like not hyperbole, y'all. Don't talk to us in imagery. Please do not use imagery right now, okay? Tell us what the hell happened. She says that, the Sam had a situation, but the lawyers are dealing with it. It's looking good. What the fuck does that mean? Tretch said jail is looking good, huh? That's what's looking good? Jail? When you really think about the fact that Tretch is like an upset dad right now, jail, huh? Is that what's looking good? I was dying laughing. Tyran's story obviously does not match her story. Okay. And so Tretch gets upset and walks outside, smokes a cigarette because he needs to calm down. All right. Because he's getting really upset. Okay. They both had too much to drink. There were guns involved. And she's not really explaining. She just says that they were crowding around Sam. And I believe that that's his wife. But his wife explains that Tretch is not playing about Egypt. And he may not even want to have a conversation with Sam because he may go old school Tretch on him and we may not see Samantha again. Okay. So at the end of the day, this situation needs to be fixed. We don't need any more instances like this. And Tretch explains to her because obviously she doesn't understand how easy it is as a young Black couple for something to happen to them when the police are called. And this is what I was talking about when I say you need to get to a certain age, y'all, where you know how to watch your liquor. Or, if you're going to drink at Access, you're around people that you can trust. Okay. But as an adult, as a grown woman, y'all, I know my limit at this point. I know that I am 3 drinks tops before shit gets like I should be at home right now. I only get really drunk at my house. Okay. Or at my mom's house. But I don't get drunk out in the streets. I get tipsy and I might call it drunk out in the streets. But for real, 3 drink maximum on Bondi before it's like lights out. So I know right around drink number 2, I need to be making my way home or making my way to a unalcoholic beverage, because I don't need to be in a situation where I can't control myself or I'm not fully aware of my surroundings, because you never know what can happen. As being a girl from New Orleans, to me, I grew up finding it extremely embarrassing for girls to be out in public with their ass out on the side of the road because they're filthy drunk right off Canal Street, okay? On any street off Canal Street, bitch. And not just Canal Street. Like I said, I'm from New Orleans. It's a thing for people to drink. We know how to drink, which is why when I would see people like messy drunk, like just ridiculous drunk, that was always such a turn off to me. I remember that me and a girl stopped being friends. Like, she no longer considered me her friend because I told her that she was out in public acting a fucking fool on that alcohol. And she feels like, it's my birthday, I can do that. And I'm like, you're too grown for this shit. Like, you should not be this drunk standing on tables and shit. Like, hey, if you got a group of friends and y'all cool with that type of shit, that's on y'all. But for me, that's always been embarrassing to me. That's never been a good look for me. I've seen it way too much in my life. And ultimately, I'd never want to be caught out there like that. I don't care how drunk I don't care how much I want to have fun. I'm not trying to be out here like that. So at the end of the day, I feel like that's a lesson for people. Stop doing that shit. Stop getting filthy drunk out in the streets and embarrassing yourself and putting yourself in harm's way. Stop doing that. Because Egypt and Sam, that situation could have went a whole bunch of different ways. He pulled the gun out, but what if somebody would have pulled the knife out before he pulled the gun out and stabbed y'all asses? Like, anything could have happened. Alcohol, being in control, never needs to be the situation with grown ass people. And that's just my opinion on that. Everybody want to talk about shit happens all the time, but no, you're irresponsible. Don't try to tell me about how, shit just happens. No, you just decided to get fucked up and not care about what would happen once you got too fucked up. I don't want to hear that shit happens from people. Because people were saying that in my comments when we were talking about that Ready to Love situation. Shit happens. Girl, no. Girl, no. Not at a certain age. Not at a certain age, girl. I'm sorry. And once you've done that enough times, once that's happened about 2 or 3 times in your young adulthood, cut it out. Cut it out. You want to get fucked up like that? Get fucked up like that at your house, in the safety of a friend's home, somewhere you could pass out and you ain't got to worry about nobody unzipping your pants. You know. I understand, Bonnie. My ex-friend got me kicked out of a club because she was so drunk and dancing on tables at 35. That shit ain't cute. You want to dance on tables, dance on your own fucking table. Be at home, have a house party. Okay? Anyway, y'all, let's move on from there. Tretch is not having it, but let's move on to Twist. Twist is another one. Okay, Twist was in the studio with Mac Main. Child, you could tell when niggas got money, boy. Mac Main's skin was flawless. Mac Main had beautiful skin. The beard was like beautiful and moisturized. I was just like, Mac Main has made Bewed. Okay, listen, Mac Main is also from New Orleans, so you know I'm about your New Orleans rappers and shit. But either way, Mac Main was having a conversation with Twist about how Twist needs to get his fucking life together because Twist got arrested for having a gun on him, and it could possibly be a third strike for him since he's been allowing that white boy Justin Bieber to use him as a get out of jail free card during their youth. I had to let it breathe because the idea that Twist allowed Justin Bieber to use him to get out of trouble all the time as a young black man, I just find that so ridiculous. And now you're sitting here with possibly a third strike and going back to jail for a very long time because not only did you allow that white boy to use you, which is ridiculous because he would never get in as much trouble as you would. That doesn't make any sense to me. He would never get in as much trouble as you would. I can't believe that you even allowed them to convince you that it was better for you to take the fall in any type of legal situation with a white boy. That is just stupid. I'm at a loss for that shit. So you got 2 strikes off that shit. And now you're riding around with a gun in a car for whatever reason. You niggas need to, pull back on smoking so much weed. Listen, I understand, my nigga. Like, I understand. It is an anxiety medication, okay? I understand. But a lot of y'all smoke to the point that you make it a drug problem because you're paranoid. Why are you driving around with a gun in your car talking about, man, he ain't had no reason to pull me over? Boy, stop. Boy, stop. I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. And I love the way Mac Main was keeping it so 100 with him. He like, dude, at the end of the day, you being selfish and you being stupid. You're not thinking about your mama and your nephews that's, needing you to be here to look out for them. You're not even thinking about the fact that we as a record label put all this money behind you and you making yourself a liability. Now he got to go to court. I love Mac Main in his truth. I mean, in this moment, because he spoke nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. Okay? It was definitely giving zaddy tease. Anyway, moving on from there, y'all. So Angela tells Vanessa and Creed that she's moving to Atlanta. They were on like a yacht ride. There was another person there whose name I didn't see or didn't remember, child, whatever. Anyway, but she's moving to Atlanta because her son's family is in Atlanta and she'll have more help there. And I think it's so funny that whenever Angela decides to tell Vanessa anything that she's doing, Vanessa always wants to second guess her choices as if Angela is not an adult. I notice this every time they talk about something, whether it's relationships, where she should live, everything. Vanessa is always questioning her as if, girl, you know how you be fucking up. So are you sure about this? And it's like at this point, Angela can make her own decisions, which is why Angela was only telling y'all she already closed on a property in Atlanta. So she's doing what she wants to do. But Vanessa always has to have like this, are you sure thing? And it's like, will you please allow for this grown ass woman to be grown? Moving on from there, JoJo's wife. Y'all, what's JoJo's wife name? I'm always forgetting. But either way, JoJo and his wife are sitting there with their brand new baby. And y'all know that they lost the baby and then they had this baby, okay? So I believe that probably has a lot to do with why, Tanise is feeling two different ways. This is their second child, I believe. So, first of all, she felt like he didn't do enough for the first child. She had to put her career on the back burner, and it wasn't an equal sharing of responsibility. And she wants it to be a little bit more equal, okay? So, Tanise explains that to him. But at the same time, this baby, I believe, it feels different for her with this baby because of losing a baby before this baby. So I feel like she wants to, loosen the reins and allow for more help, but she also kind of doesn't want to let her baby, just be given to somebody else. She doesn't want to put the baby down. The baby's precious. The baby is adorable. And when she was holding the baby, I was like, girl, I wouldn't want to put my baby down either. I wouldn't want to put my baby down either. I would always want to be sitting there holding them. I would always want to be, sitting there looking at them. Like I would always want to, so I totally understand where she's coming from and feeling both of those two things at the same time. And I didn't like the way JoJo got upset and wanted people to put the cameras down because he felt like she was trying to front on him in front of the cameras. That shit made me mad because I was like, first of all, why the fuck are you screaming on her like that while she holding that baby and that baby is sleeping? You're way too upset right now. Second of all, that's your wife. Why are you trying to play her like she would ever front you out in front of some fucking cameras? Okay. And another thing is, I feel like in a way he reacted that way so that she would leave it alone. I really do feel like he responded with all of this extra shit. So she would just be like, all right, never mind. Because that was essentially what she did. And I did not like that shit at all. I didn't like it at all. I was like, Tanise, when them cameras are not there, I really hope that you check the fuck out of him for not only talking to you like that on camera, but questioning your integrity like you would ever just want to bring some bullshit up on camera and try to front him out. You his wife, not some castmates. So I would definitely need to have a conversation with him off camera about don't you ever fucking yell on me like that, holding our baby on no damn camera over nothing that small. Don't you ever, okay? And another thing is you absolutely did not take the reins like I needed you to. And now I am telling you that I need you to do more so I don't have to drop my career the way I had to just because you want to be out here having, all of the babies and shit, okay? We both need to play our part. She need to have a conversation with that nigga because that shit was disrespectful. Moving on from there. I think Angela and Vanessa came over, whatever. Cree shows up to this girls' night out with all of the ladies, meaning Vanessa, Angela, TT, Cree, and Tanise. So Cree did not know that TT was going to be there because TT is usually not there for a lot of their group scenes. Hold up, y'all. Let me get a little bit of my protein shake. This is the lemon pound cake, girl. Because y'all know I got to work out after these lives, but a bitch got to keep herself, replenished out this bitch, okay? So what I'm going to... Cree did not know TT was going to be there because TT is never there. But Cree showed up on one. And y'all know we've interviewed Cree on the Ooh Ladies First panel. If y'all have not checked it out, on Jay Lee's channel, on Jay Lee's Corner, she has like the full playlist of every single episode of the Ooh Ladies First panel, including our interviews. And we interviewed Cree, and Cree was an incredible interview. Actually, she was like one of the best interviews that we had. Gave real good tea and all of that. Okay, so I like Cree. I also understand that Cree is the type of person that is really a real person. So if they have an issue with somebody and they feel like somebody has been coming at them and they've been sitting there thinking about all the shit they want to say, as soon as they see the person, they just let off all of what they felt on that person, right? I don't feel like Cree handled the situation right at all, y'all. But I also feel like Cree is a real person and TT be on fake shit. Because the fact that TT felt like it wasn't going to be an issue after y'all been on Twitter arguing, I was kind of like, why are you sitting up here acting like you don't know how and why and where the issue came from? I also felt like Cree's issue should not have had anything to do with the way TT bullies her family. Fuck Egypt and Sam. Nobody cares. So Cree, that should not have been your argument at all. Because that don't have shit to do with you. Now, your argument about the way she handled your business on camera, that shit, I'm sorry, y'all. I totally understood where Cree was coming from because the way Cree handled it was not messy. I'm not your friend. I can't come to you and tell you some mess that somebody done told me. So I'm gonna tell your friend so that she can tell you in the proper way because I'm not the person to come to you. Okay? That's how I feel anyway. Y'all say Cree fake as fuck. Why you feel like that? They was going back and forth on Twitter. They said that in the they were tweeting back and forth on the show. They showed it. They showed the tweets back and forth. I'm just saying, obviously you can see there's an issue between them. You thought it was unprofessional that she told, like Samantha comes to her with this. She says, I don't know her like that. I'm going to tell the person that introduced me to her. Y'all thought that was messy? I didn't think that was unprofessional at all. I thought the way she came at TT in this moment was completely out of pocket. But I felt like it should have, it was too much venom. It was too much venom. It was too much energy. But I also feel like Cree doesn't like somebody playing in her face, and TT be playing in people's face. And when TT said she can't work for me now, like, I'm sorry, but you did make it seem like it was fucked up. Okay? It was unprofessional to tell Easy Son. Oh, ooh, y'all right about that. I mean, they are on a reality show. Ultimately, it was going to come out anyway, but I get where y'all are coming from about that. Y'all feel like she was unprofessional. I just didn't feel like it was all of that for the way TT was like, well, she can't be my thing now. I can't have her working with me now. Like, I felt like TT was doing a lot as far as I was concerned in that moment. Okay, it was TT Mom and Cree on Twitter. Either way, I would have an issue with you if you were arguing back and forth with my mama on Twitter. So ultimately, I only saw one tweet from the mama. I saw most of it between TT and Cree. That's what I thought I saw. But either way, I feel like Cree told the entire group, not just Vanessa. She then no. I remember this, y'all. Because I remember that Savannah told Cree. Cree was like, this is some messy shit. So she told Vanessa, and I believe Savannah brought it up when they were all together. I could be tripping. Oh, in her interview, we don't have to have her back on the show. In her interview with Color Me Pink, Cree said there was a cast member that bullies and treats production horrible. After this scene, people think she was talking about TT. I mean, she probably was, y'all. TT, I'm sorry, y'all, but TT's a bitch. Like, there's no disrespect to TT, but TT comes off very dismissive. TT comes off with a very superior attitude to me. She comes off like she would be nasty to people, like she thinks she's better than them, and it's a passive aggressive thing. And then when they come at her or say they have an issue with her, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is like too much. I can't handle this. Like, she white girls the situation. I'm really not Team Cree, y'all. I'm really not. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm tripping. Damn, I gotta be tripping about this. I gotta be tripping about this, y'all. Okay. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck that much. I was just giving my opinion because it's my review. So I was just giving my opinion. I didn't know I had to be tripping about it. Okay. It could be Brianna because she be acting crazy too. But ultimately, I still feel like from what I've seen of TT, my understanding of TT is my understanding of TT, regardless to what any of y'all have to say about it. And if Cree would not be planning the wedding, fine. But why did you have to make it seem like, oh, she can't handle my business? I just felt like that was a lot to fuck over somebody's business that they do outside of the show over who said what on a show. Like, I'm sorry, but I would have felt the way about that. Still felt like Cree came in hot, was doing a lot. It was really unnecessary, and it could have been a different type of conversation. Like, I don't feel like I'm saying, that TT was completely wrong. I don't feel like that, but I do feel like that TT is very dismissive. I do. I feel like that. And I feel like Cree came in like some shit had happened, okay, prior, like right before, and she came in on some other shit, okay? So at the end of the day, Cree could have definitely handled the situation differently, but TT still is fake. And that's that on that. Now, you want to hear somebody else's opinion about the shit? Please be my guest to get the fuck. But moving on from there, that's it. That's all. So let's move on to the next show because I ain't finna argue with y'all about that shit. I don't even care about that shit that much. Oh my god. Anyway, so Love During Lockup. Which one? Okay, there it is. Huh. Okay. Okay. Listen, they acting like I'm tripping. Two things can be true at once. That's how I feel. About it. Okay. But y'all know how people are. Y'all be real upset when somebody don't say how y'all feel about it. I gotta be fucked up now because I don't see it how y'all see it. Child. Anyway, can you do an interview with TT? Yeah, but I don't think TT would want to do an interview with us. I would love to have her on, but I don't think she would want to do an interview with us. Has TT even really done a lot of press for the show? TT almost comes off like I really don't even want to be on this show. I'm above this show, but I'm on this show. Oh yeah, Angela leaving. Child, Angela never wants to be in any mess. So Angela is always walking. I don't want to be in any. I was just like, Angela, I don't even know why you're on the show. Angela, I don't know why you're on the show. Okay, let me say that. Hold up. Let me say that for sure. Angela, I don't know why you're on the show. You always want to keep it cute on the show. You don't really have any drama. You don't have anything really going on. They don't show us what you have going on. They have sit downs with you where you tell us what's going on. And Vanessa side eyes you. And we don't know anything about what's going on in Vanessa's personal life. We know what's going on in JoJo's life, but it's also, put the cameras down. Y'all are a bunch of people that don't want to actually share what's going on in your lives on a reality show. So y'all make fake beef with each other so y'all can have fake arguments so everybody continue to get a check. And it's stupid. Either be on the show or get off the fucking show. It's the same thing over and over again. That's why I never know if I really want to review this shit until y'all ask for it. And then I'm like, okay, I'll review it. But I could not. I could not. But let's go ahead and, like I said, move on to Love During Lockup. Okay. What, Angela gonna go to Real Housewives of Atlanta so she can not give us any information on that show? Great. Yes, y'all, Haley and Dalton. That's the first couple from Love During Lockup. Before we move on to Love During Lockup, if you're not cursing me out in the chat, can you please? I be really in a, like, y'all don't know that shit always that shit always hit hard. It don't matter. Anyway, y'all, Haley and Dalton. Y'all, Love During Lockup is crazy as hell. Y'all, Haley is a single mother. Okay, so let's just start there. You have a daughter. And you received the $80,000 settlement because she was in a car accident with a drunk driver. And she's already spent $25,000 of the $80,000 on young Dalton here. He's been in jail for a year and a half on a burglary charge, I believe. He has an 8-year sentence. An 8-year sentence. She says he's a genius. She actually knew him before he went to jail. They went to middle school together. She remembered him. He did not remember her. He says he comes from money. His parents tried to stir him in the right direction. He did not want to go that way. He wanted to be a thug. So he's a thug. He's a pretty one. He's a pretty thug in prison. Someone's sending him a lot of hair product. I will tell you that. Okay? They have had visits, and he thinks that she's his soulmate. Y'all, here's the thing. Haley went down to talk to her lawyer because she wants to use the remainder of her money. Instead of creating a savings account, instead of investing some of that money so it worked for her, instead of investing it in a property, instead of making like some type of savings account for her daughter's college fund, instead of doing anything else that would help this woman in her life as she, lives on. Because, poor people think $80,000 is a lot of money. And then they get $80,000, and by the next year, $80,000 has basically disappeared because they've been living like they're rich. And you're not rich if $80,000 is not coming back to you over and over and over again. Okay? She out here spending this money that this one-time lump sum check that she needs to be spending on her life, her child, her future, spending it on this damn man in prison who she don't even really know like that, who don't remember her from middle school. Girl, what? That is the dumbest. Girl, hold on. WeTV is getting on my nerves because why they still saying this same shit is the same season? I don't pay attention to them. I don't pay attention to them. It's Love During Lockup. That's why I don't even bother. A lot of these shows do not title and number their shows correctly. That's why I just let these shows be inside of my situation. Okay, y'all come see me and then I talk about this shit. This ain't about that shit. It's about me talking about that shit because they don't know what's going on and I ain't got time to keep up. So we just gonna talk about what happened from week to week. Okay, come on down. Tell your people about me. Girl, $80,000 and she didn't spend $25,000 on this man. I cannot. Girl. Who's smarter? She should have used that $25K to buy a clue. It's terrible, y'all. Haley reminds me of Harley Quinn from the personality. Oh, but Harley is smarter though. Right. No, I see what you're saying. I thought it was a typo. Girl, let's move on to the next couple because I just cannot. We're just getting introductions to these couples, but I just cannot. I was like, girl, seriously? But let's move on to another couple that has a different situation. Y'all, Gabby and Chris. I ain't gonna lie. I was low-key going up for Gabby for a minute. Because even though I think the bitch is crazy, and as a person, she's a psycho, ultimately, the fact that you gotta get in jail giving you money. He another one that got a settlement. But let me go ahead and read to y'all what my notes say. Gabby is a self-titled reformed man-eater. Okay, she called herself a reformed man-eater. She's spoiled. She likes expensive things, and whatever she wants, she gets it. All right. Now, Chris went to jail on a weapons charge, and he's been in jail for 5 years, I believe. They are engaged. He spent $5,000 on her ring. She says if it doesn't work out, she's going to kill him because he will never leave her. She says that he is so perfect that she just wants to smack him sometimes. Like, you are just too perfect. Who sent you? I'm like, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy, Chris. Okay? But see, whenever two volatile personalities, like a crazy ass drug dealer nigga and her, I feel like the drug was weed. Not the way, maybe, okay? Because the way he got the money is not because he was a kingpin or anything like that. He ended up getting beat up by the prison guards and sued them and got $150,000 settlement. Of that, he's given her about $60,000. She went to a wedding venue that was $230 a head for 90 plus people. I said, girl, really? That's how much money you gonna spend to marry a man that you have never spent a full day with? Like, people have no idea what people's isms are and how you might annoy the fuck out of one another once y'all actually get in each other's presence, like on a long, day for day type basis. You could just be looking at each other one day like, I don't know what I ever saw in you. I hate you. Like, it could really be like that. So the idea that y'all want to, be out here spending money on weddings and $5,000 wedding rings from his $150 settlement, is he going to have any money when he gets out of jail? She bought furniture, clothes, paid bills, student loans, all of that with this nigga's money. I was just sitting up there like, I really hope that Chris has something when he gets out of jail. And her own mom says the way she uses good guys up and spits them out like garbage, I do not think that she and Chris will make it down the aisle. Not at all. So there's a possibility that even though Chris is the one in jail, Gabby can actually be the worst of these two people. Which doesn't surprise me, because a lot of the times the people outside of prison are the crazy motherfuckers. I don't know what that's about. It's almost like they're so crazy they've been able to evade prosecution. Okay? But I was kind of like, girl, at least you're not like these other ones sending your hard-earned money. Okay? And she's not a single mother. So that's another thing I was like, good. Oh, yeah, she is definitely giving drug dealer girlfriend vibes. For sure. Okay? For sure. But at least she ain't spending her money. Listen, I appreciate a difference. I appreciate a difference in what we, usually see from the women's on these shows, spending up all of their checks. Okay, yeah, she paid her student loans off with that nigga money. Do you hear me? Girl, I was like, I ain't mad. I ain't mad, bitch. I ain't mad. Oh, hold up. Is my next one Max and Tara? Yes, my next one is Max and Tara. So first of all, Max is an ex-fat boy that is now a bodybuilding metrosexual pretty boy. He's gonna annoy me. He FaceTimes with Tara for the first time after 4 months of messaging her. Apparently, Tara got caught with meth. So Max is the pretty one in this situation, apparently. They have not seen each other FaceTime wise. She thought he was a catfish, but he's starting to think that she's a catfish. They tried to set up the FaceTime call and she did not show up. She did not show up, y'all. And that man was really feeling away. He was highly upset. And I was just like, okay, we'll see if this lasts, sir. But let's go ahead and move on to India and Harry. She's a single mom with 2 kids. One lives with her, the other lives with the father, which makes me wonder what happened there. She saw this man on TikTok. She saw Harry on TikTok with his hair flowing, okay, his muscles showing. Apparently, somebody must have come through and recorded the inmates on like a little video for TikTok and then posted it to TikTok so the inmates could get women. I was just like, wow. I didn't even know they did that. That's crazy as hell. Okay, really? Then she goes to her spiritual leader, her psychic, to get information, because she says that Harry is her spiritual husband. They got married through letters, okay, through writing each other. And when she goes to see her psychic says that she's going to be moving to Ohio soon to be with this man because he's going to be getting out of jail soon. And she has a very close-knit family. So telling her family this is going to be very upsetting, because just because the psychic lady told her this, now she has made up her mind that she's moving to Ohio. I'm like, so you didn't know that you wanted to move to Ohio before you talked to this bitch? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay. I feel like you already knew that you wanted to move to go and try to be with this man, and you just trying to get your psychic lady to confirm what you already wanted to do, because that don't even make no damn sense. That lady told you that same day you went go talk to your sister talking about I'm moving to Ohio because my psychic lady told me to. Girl, what? Girl, what? Yeah, a spiritual husband. I said, oh, she crazy. She crazy. Ain't no such thing as a spiritual husband. I know y'all think that there's a such thing as a spiritual husband, but there is not. There is not. There is not. Okay? It's not. I'm sorry. He could be a lot of things in spirit. Soulmates, niggas you've met before in previous lives and loved on them. Does not make him a spiritual husband. I'ma just go ahead and move on from there. He's been in jail almost 5 years for aggravated robbery. She says that he is not in that place anymore. I say he is literally still in that place. He's in jail. He is literally still in that place, girl. He's in jail. What are you talking about? Okay. Who, her sister doesn't believe in psychics. So when they had this conversation, her sister was like, Mama is not going to hear this crazy shit from you. She's just not. I don't want to hear this crazy shit from you. They have a game night with their family, and her mom is not only a bounty hunter, but her mom is a PI. I said, girl, as soon as that man get out of jail, your mama gonna have him back in jail. Like, as soon as that man get out of jail, your mama gonna have that man back in jail. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Okay? He might run when he find out that your mama a bounty hunter and a private investigator. When she tell her mama say, oh girl, you are not taking my grandbaby to Ohio for some man that's about to get out of jail that you don't even know. Girl, grow the hell up and get out of my face and let's just play this damn game. I ain't got time for this. I love the way her mama just was like, oh girl, no. Oh girl, no, you could stop. Get on away from me with this. Child. A mess. A mess. I can't wait. Look, if he get out of jail, I can't wait to see how that mama react. Hold up, you know what I'm saying? Frisking a nigga and everything. Let's move on to the next crazy ass couple, y'all. Tai and Hottie. We don't even know Hottie's real name. It's not gonna last because we don't even know his real name. Y'all, Tai is a mess. I saved the best for last with her, y'all. Tai is a mess. First of all, Hottie is a rapper who went to jail for drugs. Start there. Haley is almost 40 years old, the mother of 3. And inside her bedroom, she has a vision board with all of the inmates that she's talking to. Because even though she has her 2 main inmates, okay, she has BB, aka Ricky, who is in jail for being a kingpin. He was running a drug syndicate. She was with him before he went to jail. So she got him, and then she got Hottie, who she's been talking to for 7 months. He has risen to the top of her chart because she's talking to about 10 or 11 inmates, okay? And she knows when they're getting out, what they went to jail for, what their net worth is. She has it all written out on boards. She gets to pick and put them together and make her she wants to build her perfect man. So that's what she does. These men are in jail, so she feels like she can build them up from where they are based off of the stats that they have while they're in prison. So as they go up on her stats, she moves them over to her calendar. And that's the ones that she actually spends time talking to, FaceTiming, maybe even going out there to see. The girl was on the phone with 2 of these niggas at the same time. She was on one phone with one. The other one called. The other one was sitting on there talking while she picking up the other phone saying, hold up, babe, I'm at work. She get back on the phone. She said, oh, babe, hold up. I'm sorry. I forgot I had something on the stove. Hold up. Then she go sit in the bed and talk on the phone with him. Get off the phone with him and then say, oh, them noodles started a fire and everything. I got to go and air out the house, baby. I'm going to talk to you tonight, though. I said, this girl is fucking crazy. She is juggling these niggas because she is lonely and bored. And not only that, her father was in prison. So the way that she had a relationship with him was through letters, through pictures. So that's the norm for her. So the relationships with these men is very much the norm for her as well. Girl, then while she juggling the phones, some girl keeps calling her phone and hanging up. And finally, she like, why are you playing on my phone? The girl say, I'm not playing on your phone. I'm Hottie's woman. Me and Hottie been together for 12 years and he's using you. How he using me? Oh, because you sending him money. You just told him that you sent him money. Or was that the other one? Girl, I don't know. All I know is she's sitting up there talking about, he better not be playing with me. How does he have time to talk to anybody else? Bitch, how you got time to talk to anybody else? Look at you. Look at you with your boys and shit all over your bedroom. Talk about I don't want my kids to hear me screaming and howling. Girl, them kids know you a hot ass mess. Thank you, DeQuasia. for the super chat, a vision board for prisoners. You heard what I said. 3 of them. 3 boards, bitch. One here, and one here. The calendar was over there. One with the stats on it. One with all of the dudes that she's talking to. I said, girl, yes, mega daddy problems. Mega daddy issues. Girl. She called herself Hottie's wife. Wow. Boy, bye. Oh, I thought she said he was in prison. She said, okay, wait, no. It said the father moved away and they only communicated through okay. She said it's known because it was like her dad. Oh, it was like he was in jail. Okay, I must have missed that part. So her dad wasn't in jail, but the communication was still the same. Got you. Child, that nigga was probably in jail and they lied to her about it. You know how people be like, oh, your daddy's just traveling. Because I'm trying to understand how you never saw your daddy in real life. Make that make sense. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if that's why is that the only way? Letters and pictures. Girl, what? Anyway, girl, she said sometimes I put their network up there. How much network do you have in prison? Whatever you had before you went to prison. And if you a drug dealer, whatever your street niggas is holding down for you out there in them streets. Okay. Child, when these men get out, they they're gonna be looking for her all at the same time. Oh no, she better have a pistol on her side. She better have a pistol on her side. Yeah, you gotta watch this episode. It was good though, y'all. She was giving hella he come home to me at night. She was. This was definitely a wild ride. All right, y'all. Look, that's all I got. The shows were good enough. We're going to be back right after this. I'm going to go make myself another protein shake. And then I'm going to come back probably at 3:15. I'm going to change the time on the recording for y'all. But I'm going to be back for Ready to Love because we have to talk about who everybody chose. And then we also have to talk about the new show, Ladies Who List. I wanted to say Love It or Listed. Ladies Who List. So I will see y'all back here in a few. All right.